the ship again?
Because you're gonna go and get Jack and explain what the fuck the woman said to you.
Oh. Sure.
You know, give him the mission details as
Yeah, we basically
Yes.
you made basically the agreement last time, Experta, that you were going to bring the citizens of.
Oh, but I haven't told anybody about that yet.
Yeah, well, I assume that's why we're
Yeah.
gonna be coming back here.
Yes, you're back here. Right, Jack, you see your crew coming back a little worse for wear, but otherwise, okay.
How long were they gone?
I would say a few hours, like 5, longer than you would expect. But I bet you hardly noticed. Your ship was looking shiny.
Astrid probably still looks battered as fuck.
Oh yeah, as you see your wife coming, you just see massive claw marks and blood just up within midsection.
Right, well, allow me to slide down the ladder on the ship and start striding up to you guys, staring you in the eyes, Kain. Walking up, staring at you. And then I stop in front of the group and start looking at her. And don't say anything. Just looking at you.
Captain, she's fine, don't worry.
Just waiting for an explanation. Continues to stare at you.
Oh, this force hunty thingy thing snuck up on Cora, so I shoved her out of the way and then got slammed 20 feet back into a wall. I'm okay though.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
How did you even manage to find that? You literally went into the jungle for, checked my chrono, 5 hours.
Well, it turns out these things are seeded all over this planet, although this one happened to be too mature, apparently.
Weren't you supposed to just meet the contact?
We did, and then we looked into some missing Padawans. I believe we found a reason they went missing.
And I watched the whole thing, Eugene says, from the ramp of the ship.
How?
Jedi. He says, just looking at his arms.
I will accept that as a valid answer.
Tissy sort of just looks at Jack with like a, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he just gives a shrug.
It's like,
Yep, I
you're
will
with a
accept
crew
that.
member that does not have eyes and yet can see. Why do you question these things?
Well, I know you can only do it when there's like, you know, a line of sight, so to speak. You can't do it through walls and shit.
Are you sure?
No, but that's the assumption I've been working on.
Alright. And a better question is, why?
Why? Oh, you're talking to me or him? Eugene says.
Eugene.
Well, I've got to keep an eye on you. You almost got yourselves killed.
I suppose. Although I must say, I did not expect to find a chess Padawan. That is out of the ordinary, to say the least.
There are billions in the galaxy. What do you expect? There's going to be some rarities here and there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but most Gis belong to the Ascendancy, and most of the Gis belong to the Ascendancy are loyal to the Empire.
Yes, most are. Not all, most.
Well, evidently this one did not sucked up by the Sith Order.
Very true, very true.
Or she escaped from it.
Yes, I suppose that's also a possibility.
Or maybe she was never part of it to begin with.
What did you do with the Padawan then?
She was brought back to the temple, I believe, by a pair of knights. We did find her companion, who unfortunately was quite dead since several days.
Anything useful?
Other than him being dead, no. Well, we also found that, and Caesar points to whoever the fuck is carrying the force pike by this point.
I think Astrid still has it.
Yep.
It would seem to be a good fit for Kains, although given its history, he is reluctant to wield it.
Right. Well, we should get
That's
you
it.
inside and cleaned up, and then you
It's
can fill
murdered
me in on what
hundreds
the
of
contact
Jedi.
said.
Keep it away from me.
Kains. Its wielder murdered hundreds of Jedi. The weapon itself does not have a will.
It's tainted by its history.
By the way, I'm gonna start going back up the ramp into the ship.
You're gonna leave your wife to bleed out?
Well, I did just say we should
I'm
probably get
fine.
inside and, clean her up
Oh.
and make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
We do have a
Well, I
med
mean,
bay
I'm all,
now, so...
I'm all patched up. I just need to repair and clean my armor.
Either way, I'm going into the ship.
Actually, Kains, or Caesar says over to watch Kains. Kains. This lightsaber,
Yes.
and she brings out her lightsaber. She does not ignite it. This lightsaber contains the power source from a Sith lightsaber. Would you say that makes this saber tainted?
Every weapon has spiritual significance.
Well, I shall not force you to wield the weapon, but I would suggest you consider that it is just a weapon.
He sort of huffs at you and folds his arms. Doesn't
Why
have
am I
natural
getting it like this image of Kains basically going, meh?
Yeah. This is pretty much what he's doing.
Right, I suppose we shall follow our esteemed captain inside.
I could do with some food after that fight.
Yes, that is a good suggestion.
Gotta go and cook something up in the ship. Some
Or,
dinner.
one better, let's have the
Nice.
culinary chef droid do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the kitchen and then order the culinary chef.
Exactly, he's cooking.
Yeah.
It's like turning on the toaster.
He's cooking, aka telling the droid to cook.
Oh, right. As you all do start walking into the ship, however, you see a sudden, friendly and familiar voice come up. Excuse me.
What is it?
I have something for you.
Oh.
It's going to reach up into its head, which opens up, form a compartment, and it pulls out what appears to be a credit chip.
I accept it.
After it gives out, it's like, this is payment for your help with the Padawans. It is small, but there are other things coming, I assure you. That
Alright,
was the
well-
message.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. No tip? Okay. Then it starts floating
Huh?
away.
What?
I get the feeling that this
Astrid's
droid is American.
Astrid stands there confused before just kind of giving the credit stick to Jack and just wandering into the ship to start cleaning and repairing her armor.
You
Yeah,
have
you're,
gained 500 credits.
now's your turn to be fussed over. Let's see how you like it.
I will like it.
Damn.
Because
Dude.
it shows that you have affection for me and just want me to be okay.
Well, also, how big was it then?
Oh, the thing? It was only a baby, so it was about
No,
their
I'm
size.
asking Astrid because she jumps. If she jumped in the way of a massive mauling injury to this, it must have been a big. She does that every time and cannot be stopped. So I asked her as I'm cleaning off blood, how big was it?
It was pretty big.
But like the size of a speeder?
I don't know what the size of a speeder is.
Bigger.
Bigger.
I don't know why you'd speak lies.
Like, how big was it?
I told you, I literally just told you that it was your size.
Oh, it was my
It
size.
was a babby.
So yeah, bigger than a speeder, definitely.
Oh. But yeah, I'll just tell him that it was my size.
One
I have
standard
a
task.
bunch.
Of it.
Oh, Cora was about to get ripped the shit out of. Didn't even say thanks.
So I know I can't stop you diving in front of everything, but you know what? Actually, no. No, I can. The next time you do it, I'm gonna dive in front of you. Let that be on your conscience.
Astrid
Swipe
opens.
my blood.
Astrid opens her mouth to say something and then closes it, and then just nods. Okay.
Let's
He
see if
seems
that
to have
can guilt
grown.
you into.
Yeah, she seems to have grown considerably paler. Like, I can face tank that much, but my poor little Jack will break.
Apple, can you hear me?
Snap like a twig, he will.
Snap like a twig if someone breathes on him wrong.
Thank auto mode. And also, once you're all cleaned up and sorted out, I'm gonna go back over to Tizza and say, so what did the contact say?
Well, long story short, apparently the raiders struck a kind of deal with the Twi'lek community here. Although according to the leader of said Twi'lek community, it's with a band of young ones who have apparently decided to take matters into their own hands.
What, like protection money?
Well, either. I think it's more or less just a case of they want money so they can buy things for the village. And have decided that it doesn't matter if they go after old Jedi graves. Oh, graves. Temples.
Do we at least have any leads?
Well, so far that is about it.
Well, somewhere to start at least. Whereabouts was the Twi'lek community?
Teaser gives a brief description of how to get to the Twi'lek community.
Okay, once everyone's cleaned up and fed here, we'll head out.
I would be remiss if I didn't point out that there's another player in the game here, which are the what are they called?
Raiders?
No, the peeps who eat humanoids.
Animals?
No. Ash, help me out. Right, flesh raiders, that's what they're called.
Oh, they're like hammerhead sharks.
There's a species living not far from the Twi'lek community that's called flesh raiders. And as the name suggests, they go on raids, capture prey, and eat it. Needless to say, they are not friends of the Jedi, nor are they friends of the Twi'lek. Although, given the situation, the Jedi Order has refused to protect the Twi'leks. And the Twi'leks resent them for it.
Well, we'll have a look into it. Right, either way, you're in charge. I'm gonna start getting things ready.
Teaser sort of looks at Jack with like a weird expression.
Raised eyebrow of non-eyes.
Like, raised eyebrow of, like, what?
You're in charge. What?
It's okay, Sibby. We'll see how you do.
No, like, it's the you're in charge part she doesn't quite get. She's like, huh? What?
I have my reason.
Would that reason perhaps be to keep Astrid from jumping in front of enemies?
One of them. Plus, you were trained here. Think like a Jedi still. Well, at least most of the time.
I may or may not.
While it may seem like that to you, I can assure you that my thought patterns have changed quite drastically.
Well, either way, I certainly don't think like a Jedi. Neither does anyone else on this ship.
On that we can agree.
Well,
Plus, it's alright, Izra, I trust you. Now, if you want me, I'm gonna be with the speeders. I'll need some modifications to fly in this terrain, it's too wet. Crumbles, and then fucks off.
Oh, the speeders are pretty dirty after they drove them around on the plains. You got some dirt on them.
Grumble. Fucking make it speed. Jump in front of bullets, I'm sure I'll jump. Ignore me.
Right. Anybody else wish to do anything out of shit while they have time?
Yeah, I
no,
wanna
I'm just gonna
contact.
sit. Go ahead.
I wanna contact that Jedi Master, so I can update them on the Twi'lek situation and what happened after our little talk.
The Jedi Master does respond, and since Jack wouldn't know, I'll bring up her thing again. Where is she? There she is. Yes, I thought I paid you. Oh, it's you. Hello.
Hello. I have an update on your Twi'lek problem, Master Makura.
Of course. What is it?
I've spoken with them, and they're more than willing to leave the planet. However, they have no means to do so. While I understand that you are reluctant to extend any help towards them, and the Republic is taking their time, perhaps we can strike a compromise that would both benefit you and them.
Well, the only compromise is that they get off the planet. But then again, I am not the one in charge of such a situation.
And who should I contact that can help me with this matter?
Well, if you want to get in somebody who's actually in charge, you're gonna have to wait about 3 weeks filling out forms.
Well, that doesn't exactly help me much. How's about we do it off the books if possible? You are charged with dealing with the Raiders, and the Twi'leks are involved. However, if we get them off-world, one of two things is going to happen. Either the Twi'leks causing problems are gonna go with their people, and they're not gonna be an issue anymore, or they're going to stay behind, and they're going to stick out like sore thumbs. If you manage to provide enough funds to get these people off the planet, I'll make sure that they go well on their way without causing you any more trouble.
All I can really do is attempt to ask people if they're willing to give to such a fund. The Padawans may be more inclined to do so.
Well, that's a start, I suppose. I would be very grateful if you would do that. Also, about your Ravager issue, how exactly, well, thorough should we be about it?
Ravager? You look a bit confused. I'm a bit confused.
Those things
What
were
Ravager?
Ravagers, right? The things that eat flesh?
No, they're flesh raiders.
Flesh raiders.
Why did I went for Ravagers? I don't know. Flesh
Fine,
Raiders
fine.
is what I meant.
Are you thinking Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably. Yeah. They don't exactly have a race name, they're just flesh raiders. So yeah, carry on.
Great
Yeah,
shot.
so about that issue, how thorough do you wish us to be?
Well, just take care of as many as you can. To be honest, you won't do much.
Oh? Why do you say that?
Because they outnumber us on this planet. They are... Let's just say, clearing the entire planet would take the entire Republic army.
Oh yes, but is it possible to provide us with some extra information? How exactly does their society work? Do they have some kind of... I'm not even sure how well intelligent they are. Do they have matriarchs? How do they reproduce? Perhaps we can strike at them at a, shall we say, more inconvenient way to hamper their numbers.
They do have caves where they reside and reproduce, but all the information we currently have is what you have, well, what I gave you.
I see. Very well then. Should we happen upon some of these caves, can you provide us with, shall we say, explosives that can, well, light up the caves a little bit?
I am sorry, that's on your side of the deal, I believe. Given that you are the mercenaries, you normally come with your own equipment.
That is correct, however, equipment for a job like this would be quite expensive and we would have no way to prove about, well, how efficient and thorough we were at our job.
Well, this is the thing. We are paying straight up bounties for the flesh raiders, since there is no way to, well, take care of them in such small numbers. If you take out a cave, then make sure you record it. And then you will easily be able to show us. And then you will be paid for such an operation. That's how that bounty is working currently.
Very well. It's good to have these things sorted out beforehand. Cora's already grinning because she realizes this can very easily be exploited! Anyway, that will be all for now. I trust that you will handle the matter with the Twi'leks on your own. I will see if I can't, well, make things a little easier for you on my end as well. I do believe that considering their numbers it would require quite the funding. I'll make sure to do my part in solving this issue.
She nods, but my main concern is, as I mentioned, the current bandits which are raiding our temples. If you would, please focus on that.
We will, however, they are connected to the Twi'leks after all. One problem will solve the other.
I really have never met such free-spirited Achani before.
Well, that's because I'm not an Achani.
She looks doubtful at this and then goes, "Is there anything else?"
I did mention that I'm going to ask for information based on our work, and since it's just you and me now, perhaps now is as good a time as any to tell you. I was hoping you could tell me more about the process your people used to create the Achani. You brought it up.
One that some people would call our greatest triumph, and others our most grievous and horrible work.
Playing
But
God never ends well for people.
You are here, are you not? The Achani are established. Nothing has gone wrong. They fight for the Republic as well. So, I would call that a success. However, I am not personally involved in such things. I am simply a teacher here. I teach history.
Well then, I'd like a personal history lesson at a later date.
She shrugs. Well, if so. But there is some information I could give you, but it's mostly public related.
That's fine.
Then I shall gather it up. Just carry on with your work for now.
I will. Goodbye, Master Makura.
She nods and turns off the holotic grid.
By the way, Ash, I'm assuming since we got patched up last session that my wounds have probably healed at this point, right? Or am I still
Essentially,
scarred from last time?
I would count this as like a short rest. Essentially, you've been resting in the ship for a while, so yes, you would, by the time you leave the ship again, be
Okay,
healed.
good. In that case, I'm gonna just get back to the hangar and clean up the bikes, because we're probably gonna need them again, and it's better if they're in good condition.
So you and Jack are both cleaning the bikes.
Oh, Jack's there?
Yeah.
You went to clean the bikes too.
Oh, Jack. Perfect timing. I was hoping I could catch you for a second. I'm gonna start helping him clean them up.
Why would you need me for?
Well, it's more about Astrid, really. You've probably seen, but she kinda did it again.
Apparently you didn't even say thank you. Begins scraping off the side of the bike.
Maybe because I was busy killing a giant monster and not trying to get my face ripped off. And she points to her clothes and how ripped they are, and the things that got patched up underneath. You really gotta tell her to stop doing that. She's putting herself, not only herself, but her child in danger as well. I understand that she means good, but she really has to stop doing that.
I'm already ahead of you.
Good.
Just had a chat, and I told her the next time she does that, I'm throwing myself in front.
Excuse me?
I give you a smile and go, hopefully I won't have to do it, but
Jack, you
that
can't...
should stop it.
Jack, two wrongs do not make a right.
I can just imagine it now.
I just smile and shake my head slightly and go, you clearly haven't spent too much time around Mandalorians.
Just throwing each other in front of the fucking thing.
Mate,
Goro just shrugs.
she's
No.
turned me into an unintentional climb again. It's that fucking kid, you know the one?
Goro just shrugs as they're cleaning the bikes. No, I haven't. I've usually stared them through, well, on the opposite end on the battlefield, remember?
Honestly, it's not that strange once you get used to it. I mean, her biggest worry is just us.
Yes, but when she puts herself in danger, that doesn't make it better.
That's why I know she won't do it again.
Oh, if your best idea is throwing yourself in front of her, I'm not sure how long we're going to last like that. Actually, now that I think about it, Goro actually starts scratching her chin. You know what? I've been thinking. I've been putting away some money lately. Maybe we should buy her something else, you know, a little extra protection, just to make sure she doesn't, well, you know. Yeah, that might work.
What, like a mech suit?
Well, a mech suit's probably a bit too excessive, and she's already wearing, well, a lot of armor, let's just put it like that. I was thinking, maybe we can buy her a small personal heart shield or something. You know, something to make sure that, well, if a giant monster comes at her again, she doesn't just tank it with her teeth and, you know, muscles. That thing bit straight through her armor. We need to make sure she's better protected.
I might know a guy.
Yeah.
Mostly does ship stuff. I can get into contact. On Coruscant though.
Yeah.
That might be a bit.
Hopefully we'll be able to swing by there soon. So yeah, keep that in mind at the back of your head. So yeah, we're definitely gonna need to get her something, well, sturdier.
Actually, on the note of protection, how are you doing on the planet?
Dude, are you seeing this?
Come on, T-Rex! Fuck you, bitch!
Yes, on the building, collateral damage.
Fuck collateral damage, I'm an giant ass robot!